I'm in Washington, D.C., and I was able to find the Waterfront, Washington, D.C. Titanic Memorial statue. And I've been doing a little bit of research, a little background and history on it, and I have a few questions, but I also might have a little hint or revelation as to James Cameron's motivation or inspiration for a really key part of the movie.
I think when most people hear the phrase women and children first, they think of Titanic, the infamous order given by Captain Smith as the ship of dreams foundered in April of 1912. We think of those tragic stories, the men who stayed on board, husbands, fathers, separated from their wives and children in the name of chivalry and honor. In the days following the tragedy, some of the most influential women in the United States came together to organize and create a memorial in Washington, D.C. to honor those men who gave up their chances on the lifeboats for the women and children. The memorial would be designed by a woman, Gertrude Vanderbilt Whitney, and funded by the newly formed Women's Titanic Memorial Association. The marble statue depicted a man with arms outstretched in a pose meant to suggest the crucifixion, wearing only a sheet which appeared to be blowing in the wind. It was installed in its first location in 1930. The inscription on the base reads, "To the brave men who perished in the wreck of the Titanic, they gave their lives that women and children might be saved." When I had the opportunity to visit this memorial in its current location on the waterfront of Washington Channel in DC, my mind immediately went straight to James Cameron's 1997 film, the two iconic moments on the bow of the ship. Did this memorial inspire James Cameron in the making of the film? Think about this symbolism. The first instance on the bow happens as Titanic is going to sea, stretching her legs for the first time, and Jack and Fabrizio celebrate their journey on the bow. Jack famously shouts, "I'm the king of the world!" a line improvised on set, but after the cheers and shouts of joy, celebrating their good fortune and barreling into the future, Jack settles into what we've come to know in pop culture as a flying pose. But was this actually James Cameron's symbolic interpretation of the DC Memorial's crucifixion pose? Later in the film, when Rose is finally ready to accept Jack as a romantic partner, in the moments before their first kiss, they pose together, mirroring the statue again. Cameron filled his movie with setups and payoffs. Jump to the end, the wood panel they find won't fit both of them. I'm not debating that, don't start with me. Jack makes the decision to sacrifice himself for Rose. When he does that, we come full circle to the apparent payoff of James Cameron's symbolism of Jack, initially taking the pose of the statue, a monument inspired by the sacrifices made by the men for the women on Titanic. To my knowledge, James has never confirmed or denied this link. Was this now iconic symbolism in the film actually inspired by the Washington, D.C. Memorial? Seems like it obviously was. Mr. Cameron, if you're out there, hit me up. I really want to know.